In this video, I will walk you through how to build a beautiful and smart presentation that can be used, for instance, to present a high-level project overview. The tool I will be using is Microsoft PowerPoint, so we can get started straight away. The first thing we want to do is to insert a shape. We just insert a type of rectangular shape, and we put it across the height of the slide, and we will be actually duplicating, and then we'll be duplicating again until we have four shapes. And then we are grouping them, and you'll understand why we're grouping them, because we want to assess the overall width of our presentation here on the left hand side. So if I just slide it on the left to allow enough room for an update on the right, that gives me a good idea of how big each slice should be. So now I can remove all the unnecessary slices. So next we add another small shape on top of this one. That will be used to put the number. We'll be putting a white number on top of this. Doesn't have to be a number. You can put a letter, it could be anything, or it could be actually nothing at all if you don't want to put anything there. Just removing the outlines. Now I'm just inserting a number here. Put it in white. I'm selecting the font TWSen MT Condensed. So it's obviously a personal choice. Trying to move away from the Microsoft standard fonts. Put it in bold. It's important to get the first one squeaky clean, because we'll be using the overall shapes that we have here. We'll be duplicating 3 times. So once we have the first one ready, then we're good to go. So here I'm just adding more text. There's 2 things to know about this text. Is first, try and refrain from having fonts too big, because we want to be able to squeeze them on the left hand side, and this is the second thing to do about those texts. Is you need to make sure that they are on the left hand side and that they don't go too much on the right hand side of the slide here. When all the cards are stacked, we want to make sure we don't see any of the text. So here I'm just putting a lighter yellow for the date so that it stands out a little bit more. Okay, so now what I'm doing is I'm just selecting all the shapes, and I will be grouping them, and then I will be duplicating. So you can do a Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V, or you can do a Ctrl+D directly to duplicate the shape. So now it's the same color, so it's a little bit hard to read, but I'll be changing the colors. So it's up to you, the colors. I'm just decided to go with different shades of blue, more or less from light to deep. Now you notice that when you change the shape color, the number, the box for the number also changes, which is normal. We asked for the whole group to change colors, but that's something that we need to bear in mind. Every time we change the color of a shape, we'll have to go back and remove the background of the number. So here I'm just duplicating again, removing the background. I'm duplicating it one last time. I'm not worried about, at this stage, about the shadow or about who's on top of who. We see that later on. I'm doing some minor changes of the colors. I was not fully happy there, so I'm just putting some different types of colors. Okay, now I'm just putting a shadow here to the first slide, and I'm putting it on top, and I'm putting a shadow so it stands out. I will be doing the same with the second one. I'm putting it on top, and I'm adding a shadow. Same for the other one, putting it on top, a shadow. And same for the final one, which I forgot to remove the background here. And I'm just going to put a shadow here as well. Okay, so it's a bit counterintuitive. We just do all the shapes extended sideways. We're starting with more or less the second slide instead of the first one. But that's because we want to see what we'll see in the end. So I'm just doing some basic numbering here. Notice I won't change all the text, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. This is just to show you really don't want to go into all this, be wasting time. Now the background, I want to try and have some type of also gradient color on the background. So here I'm just using a radial background, and I'm just attempting to put the lighter blue at the center and a deep blue on the edges. So I think that will make our text here look a bit smarter. And I'm going to put the high-level update here. So the first slide is just to present. This is what we're doing. We're doing an update. And the second slide is giving you the dates, the numbers, if you like. ETA, estimated time of arrival. There's no silly questions. I've been asking that, I remember, a while back. What does that mean? In case you're not aware of that. Okay, so now what I'm doing is I'm duplicating the slide. This is now the first slide. And I'm just putting them on the left-hand side. I'm just stacking them now. And making sure we see the numbers and making sure we don't see any of the text. So this is why it was important to have the text stuck really neatly on the left-hand side. Okay, so this looks okay. Now, what I'm doing here, I'm just doing the high-level presentation. Before we click, we want to say, okay, this is the project ABC. This is what we'll be doing. We'll be providing you an update, guys. Okay, I just have a bit of the same yellow, but I'm adding a bit of shadow so it stands out on top of the other. So if we go on the slideshow and we go back, we realize that the transition is not very exciting. You go from one to the other. So what we need to do is we go under transition and we click on Morph, and that's just showing you a preview on how it works. So if we go back on the slideshow on the first one, and then we click, and it morphs you beautifully into the second slide. Much more exciting, isn't it?